Diablo Immortal seems to be doing very good, but we don't know a lot of stuff. For example, what money was invested in the game. First of all, it's Diablo. People should know about it, so it should sell a lot. But games like Genshin Impact and many other games sold much more. And their monetization is not even that aggressive. So I think a lot of Diablo fans didn't play the game. Or at least they didn't waste money in the game. But if you play Diablo Immortal, I don't understand a few things. You usually play a game to have fun. You want to prove your skills, you want to see a story, or you probably want gameplay that is fun. Let's say you like the gameplay in Diablo. Everything in the game is based on how much money you waste. Let's say you don't want to waste any money in Diablo. That means that you will never have a chance, no matter what skill you have, to win versus a player who wasted money. It's exactly like playing versus a cheater. The only difference is that you cannot ban him. You basically exist just to be his target. And no matter what you do, if you don't waste more money in the game than the other guy, you will always lose. So you only exist in the game so that the people who wasted a lot of money will have a target. So if you still play the game without wasting money, I still don't understand why. If you waste money in Diablo, there will always be somebody who wasted even more money. So I don't understand even if you say, well, I just wasted $100. And now let's talk about the people who wasted a lot of money. You support a game that's made to steal your money. That means in the future they will make even more games like this. And they will try to make you waste even more money. The only reason you win is because you wasted a lot of money. You're exactly like a person who paid a lot of money to install a cheating program. So you basically paid a lot of money to be a cheater. But just like other games that have a lot of cheaters, a day will come when nobody will play the game. Because nobody wants to play versus cheaters. And if you have so much money, you can do so many other things. You can improve yourself, you can help others, you can even make your own game. You can donate to other developers who want to make good games, and of course, games that you may also like. But I think the reality about Diablo is a little different. I think the people who play the game but doesn't waste money are the ones that don't have a lot of info about the game. They probably think it's another mobile game where you get free stuff from time to time, and that it's not a big deal if you don't buy it. Or they are the type of people that don't care, they play on the toilet, they play at work. It's just another game that they want to waste time in it. So they prefer to play Diablo Immortal instead of staying on the internet, watching a movie. Maybe they don't have access to a console or a PC to play a game that they want. So they play Diablo because they prefer Diablo Immortal instead of other games on mobile. But they will get bored and they will stop playing it in the future. Especially when they will start to get their ass kicked because other people wasted a lot of money. And it's a mobile game, they don't want to invest any money. They just want to waste some time. The next step that I also think is kind of realistic, I think the people who invest small sums of money are the ones who don't think it's a big deal. They probably say stuff like, I play the game a lot, so what's the problem if I waste $10 per week? Other people may say, well, I paid $70 for a game day one and I never played it because I found out that I don't like it. Or, what's the big deal? I played the game that's $70, I finished it, but now I will never play it again. So if I wasted $100 in Diablo, but I stopped playing it in a week, what's the big deal? I paid $70 or even more for a game that I never finished, or I finished it in a few days and now I will never play it. So some people may have this argument. I mean, I know people who said this about other games on mobile. And I understand you may think it's not a big deal, but you basically just tell companies to make games like this. So in the future the companies will care even less about the story or gameplay. They will want to use even more money and energy to find more ways to make you waste your money. And the main issue is that they don't want to make the gameplay so good or the story that they will make you invest even more money. They just want to find ways how to make you obsessed with the game. They want to make you addicted to the game. Until a day comes when you will invest more money than you can afford. And that's the level that they want to reach. This is what you support. And let's say maybe you can stop at $10 or $50. But what if you have a friend who cannot stop at $10 and he pays more than he can afford? Or maybe your own child will do that. And let's say you don't care. Next time, for sure, they will find a way to make you waste even more money. And next time maybe it will be some money that you cannot afford. Isn't it better when this type of monetization doesn't exist? If you want to win at a game, you get good or you play at different difficulties. If you want to play a PvP, you just train. You will lose some and you will win some, but at least you know that you lost or you won because of the skill level, not because of the money wasted. And the last type of people, the ones who waste a lot of money, I think realistically speaking, they are mostly people who have an addiction. There is no way you will think it's a good idea to waste so much money for a video game. And I still don't understand how games like this are legal in so many countries. When I gamble, I have a chance to make money. And you also need an ID. If you gamble on the internet, you need to show proof that you're over 18. But a video game with monetization, not only that they can target kids, it's also legal if the game is not 18 plus. Okay, so let's say you're not an addict, but you still wasted a lot of money with Diablo. That also means you can be a streamer or a content creator. A lot of streamers and content creators waste money on this type of games because they can make even more money back. So they make videos wasting $1,000, $2,000, even more, because a lot of people will want to see that. That money for them is the same as investing in ads.
Look at this dude's resonance. 5,000 fucking resonance. Look at his fucking pearls. 1.2 million? Wait a second. Okay, how much do you Okay, so just 1 second. It's 6,000 plus 1,200? Yes, okay. He's sitting on 16 grand just sitting there? It's just sitting there. That's off the top.
Also, from what I understand, they can put it as business expenses. I don't know if this is true, that's what some of them said. So for them may not be a big deal. And let's not forget that we have a lot of content creators and streamers. So even if most of them don't waste a lot of money on Diablo, you can find some streamers that waste a lot of money. The main issue is that a lot of times, gaming companies give them in-game currency. So that streamer may say that he wasted $10,000, but in reality, he got everything for free. Or they get a special account where they always win the legendary weapons, so that the viewers think it's very easy to get the legendary stuff. So in the end, it doesn't matter if it's the first part or the part that I think is more realistic, the second part, or if it's something mixed. You should never waste time or money with Diablo Immortal. You just support them to make lazy games, and they will always try to get even more money. I think in the end, two things may happen. A lot of people will stop playing the game, until the ones who invest a lot of money will not be able to play alone, because they will not have players to play against. Or other countries will also start banning this type of games. And I really don't understand. People don't say that they want this type of games banned, even if they produce a lot of harm. But they ban and censorship games because they have some titties, too much violence, or they consider it offensive. So it's okay if those type of games are banned or censored, but games that are especially made to steal your money are not. Big titties in video games cannot destroy your life. Violence in video games cannot destroy your life. Offensive stuff in video games will never affect your real life. But microtransactions in video games can destroy your real life. They can create huge issues in the real life. But apparently that's fine. I guess tits are the only issue in video games. But you can attack kids or people with addictions as much as you like, as long as you don't use anime titties. But that's my opinion about Diablo. Maybe I'm missing something, I have no idea. It's just hard for me to think why Diablo Immortal for some people is the only game that they want to play, even if they are not wasting money. But you know what they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure.